number one contender, and that's because that is Goku. Standing at 5'9" and weighing 137 pounds, Goku has a lot more combat experience than Gohan. On top of that, he taught Gohan everything he knows for the most part. Well, you could say Piccolo taught him a lot more, but Goku beats Piccolo every time they fight, so it stands to reason that Goku has the edge here. One other place where Goku definitely has an edge with his similar style of Kung Fu, Wing Chun, and kickboxing is that Goku does display some grappling. In fact, if you watch the recent Broly movie in Dragon Ball Super, you get to see Goku pull off some judo throws and other such grappling techniques. And other than that, he knows what he has picked up in tournaments. And in the Dragon Ball universe, we never see anyone use any grappling for him to learn. But if Goku is such a martial arts nerd, why doesn't he know grappling? Well, to put it simply, it's because he doesn't need to. You see, in Dragon Ball, they all have super strength and flight. And when it comes to that, grappling, at least in the traditional sense, would not be very useful for a fighter like Goku. You see, martial arts like Sambo, wrestling, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu rely heavily on weight distribution and pressure. Ground fighters use a lot of gravity to hold down their opponent and get advantageous positions. The thing is, if you have flying and super strength, those suddenly don't matter. You see, even if your opponent has super strength, it doesn't mean they have super weight. So when you have an opponent on top of you trying to hold you down, you can throw him a million miles off of you and it won't matter. Because of this, Goku is going to struggle if he comes into contact with any high-level grapplers. Oh, but Goku's a master martial artist. He knows all martial arts. Well, that's not true. Goku knows mainly Eastern-style martial arts taught to him by his grandfather and Master Roshi. But what about the martial arts of the gods? Well, sorry guys, that's not a real martial art, so that doesn't really help us here. And before you say it, Ultra Instinct is also not real. Nobody in real life has the ability to fight off any martial art that they come in contact with out of pure instinct, so sorry, that's not going to help them here. Now, if you've watched MMA in any facet, you probably have noticed that traditional Eastern martial arts like karate and kung fu don't tend to do well, which is something that really goes against the fighters like Goku and Gohan. That said, there are some notable UFC fighters who have made good careers off of Eastern martial arts. People like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Kung Lei, and Lyoto Machida are some examples that come to mind. The problem with that is that all of these fighters have high-level grappling or high proficiencies in other martial arts. If you look at Kung Lei, not only is he a high-level Sanshou and Kung Fu fighter, but he is also very proficient in grappling and was a kickboxing champion, which sets him apart. If you look at Lyoto Machida, who made an entire career based off karate, holds a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The main thing all of these fighters have in common is that not only can they negate the ground game, they can win on the ground if they run into an opponent who is highly skilled in that area. All that said, I think when it comes to the fighters on this list so far, Goku definitely stands out amongst the rest when it comes to stand-up striking ability overall. And the reigning, defending anime MMA champ for the bantamweight division is